Let's debate what each side is presenting to the voters in terms of issues. Debating tonight, Raghav Chadda debating with Ajoy Kumar and Sudhanshu Trivedi of the BJP. AAP Congress BJP straight debate out here. First of all, Sudhanshu Trivedi, this 24-page document of yours included a section on, quote, Northeastern immigrants to be protected. I mean, you may later say that this is a clerical error. But how could you call people from the Northeast immigrants? No, you can say it's a clerical error, but how can... No, 1 second, please. You are basically dubbing people from the Northeast of India as foreigners.
Arnab, you yourself has given an answer. They are trying to make a devil out of printing mistake.
No, how could you make a printing mistake like this?
It is of the resident. It's
how
not
can
of
you
the
make
immigrant.
No, 1 second. 1 second.
And on
how can you make a mistake like this when the Prime Minister campaigned so aggressively in Arunachal Pradesh and called the death of Nido Taniam a national shame? You say it's a clerical error that we called all people from the Northeast. Virtually, we call them foreigners.
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course, you say.
There is a difference in BJP and the Congress.
You're justifying it.
BJP always stood by the issue of Northeast, even Prime Minister sitting by the side of Chinese.
No, but you realize
that yes, we have reached the Arunachal issue.
Sir,
and remember, it was the Congress party.
Sir, 1 minute.
Jawaharlal Nehru in the 1955
Sir, I will move on from this issue if you apologize. I will move on from this issue if you... Sir, I'm sorry.
There is no question.
Sir, I'm sorry. MJ Akbar later withdrew the word and said it was mistakenly used. I will move on from the issue only if you apologize.
Yes.
आप तो माफी मांग ले टेलीविजन पर इस पे कि आपने सारे नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोगों को ऐसे कहा.
No, I would like to say one
नहीं
phrase.
सर, आप
There is a phrase in
सुधांशु
Sanskrit
त्रिवेदी जी, आपको मैं अब दोबारा पूछ रहा हूँ कि आप इस बात पर माफी तो मांग ले. इतना बड़ा गलती हो गया आपके मैनिफेस्टो में, ये गलती कैसे हो सकती है?
भाई प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक की माफी है, प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक की. Not of the political. There is a difference.
I don't understand what the printing mistake is.
It is.
So you're not apologizing.
This is printed like immigrant.
Yeah, okay, responses please, and then I'll move on. You're not going to apologize. Okay, Ajoy Kumar, Raghav Chadda on this one, please. Point to point, Raghav Chadda raises his hand. Yes, Raghav, go ahead.
Yes, so Mr. Goswami, this is not the first time that the Bharatiya Janata Party's Delhi unit has offered stepmotherly treatment to people who come from different parts of the country and reside in Delhi. Ms. Bedi is on record saying that the people who have, dirtied the Jhuggi Jhopadis and the JJ clusters come from UP and Bihar. Mr. Vijay Goyal, who's a Rajya Sabha member of the BJP, has on record said that these are outsiders who are not entertained in Delhi. So the Bharatiya Janata Party's Delhi unit has a perception that these people who do not originate in Delhi, are not born in Delhi, do not belong to Delhi, and this is precisely what all other parties have been saying all throughout. And the Bharatiya Janata Party, which was, in order to do vote bank politics, announced Chhath Puja as a holiday and has, plastered the announcement of Chhath Puja across Delhi, was, a perfect example of vote bank politics.
An immigrant is a person. 1 second. An immigrant is a person who migrates to another country. 1 minute.
From another country.
1 minute. Usually for permanent residence. And Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, I am also from Assam. So I am now in Bombay and I have also worked in Delhi. You mean to say I am also a foreigner? I'm an immigrant.
You are unnecessary trying to...
No, sir, you can take it back. We'll move on.
A molehill.
Okay, mountain. I don't agree with you on that assessment. Ajoy Kumar. Ajay Kumar.
National concern.
Okay, I don't agree with you. Ajay Kumar.
Not fair.
No, I think it's not fair that you are not apologizing.
The party of Aam Aadmi Party which has said that the Kashmir should not be the part of India by
I'm talking about this, sir. You already said that the clerical error. Okay.
Don't try to justify
Ajay Kumar.
Mistake by spreading lies. Don't try to justify.
Ajay Kumar, we're going to go to move. Ajay Kumar, please.
If you look at...
And here is a printing mistake.
Absolutely
It's a printing mistake, then you apologize. Why don't you say, I'm sorry, I'm sorry for it.
Can you just...
Fine.
Okay. Arnab, what's interesting is I was listening to Sudhanshu, and you're correct, the example that you will be treated as a foreigner. Look at this, their ally in Maharashtra. Shiv Sena says, Mumbai only for Maharashtrians. So they have the DNA to always, divide the people. Even their political agenda is they have a particular vision of what this country should be, whether it is the class and the focus, it is on caste, class, community. That is their focus. So BJP is always, so inadvertent mistake maybe, but Freudian slip. Because this is how in Mumbai they have an ally. They have an ally from the Maharashtra, from Shiv Sena,
since they said
doesn't want anybody else to come in.
Okay, since they said it's a typo and a clerical error, I can take issue with Sudhanshu Trivedi for not apologizing, but I'll move on because they said it's a typo and a clerical error. But I will put a caveat to it. I would put a caveat to it, sir. I would like to put a caveat to it that
if he's asking about any statement of Shiv Sena, your MIM was one of your allies partner when Akbaruddin Owaisi has given that statement.
My next issue is the issue of statehood.
No, and Akbaruddin, and we condemn them. And we condemn your politics and Akbaruddin Owaisi's politics, Sudhanshu. Both of you are dangerous for the country. Akbaruddin Owaisi's politics and your politics. Both are bad for the country. We oppose both. We don't take their support.
Everybody in this world is born a Muslim.
And we condemn Akbaruddin Owaisi, and we condemn you. We are against Akbaruddin Owaisi's politics. And
have you asked?
Don't communalize this election.
The moment they make a statement,
this election cannot be communalized.
Are you out with Shiv Sena?
Do not communalize this election.
Do not spread communal venom on prime television.
Don't communalize this election.
We are against all kinds of politics.
You are talking about allies.
Of communal politics, all kinds, whether it is the Owaisi type or whether it is the BJP type.
You are saying I am communalizing the issue.
Now the issue comes of statehood. Issue number 2 comes of statehood. Issue is of statehood, manifesto versus manifesto. Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, जरा प्लीज मेरे पास एक कागज है सुधांशु त्रिवेदी जी जिसमें मैंने 2013 और अब के जितने मैनिफेस्टोस है कांग्रेस बीजेपी एंड आप आई हैव कंपेयर्ड इट एंड कंपाइल्ड इट आई विल सेंड इट टू यू एक्चुअली इट्स अ नाइस इंटरेस्टिंग डॉक्यूमेंट आई हैव मेड आई हैव गॉट 6 columns I have compared all what you've said on different issues. I now want to pick up the issue of statehood. Should Delhi become a state? I open up the debate and you can take it on. My first question on the issue of statehood when I look at it is to the BJP. Sir, I quote, BJP says, and I quote please, BJP says in 2013, we shall continue the struggle for complete statehood. Now, not one word. In 2013, you said, 2013, you said you will have a struggle for full statehood. It was totally a part of your manifesto. Show me today. आप जरा मैनिफेस्टो दिखाइए मुझे. नहीं, एक मिनट. आप जरा अपना जो मैनिफेस्टो है दिखाइए. वहां पे मुझे बताइए आपके विजन डॉक्यूमेंट में स्टेटहुड के बारे में कहां लिखा है. मे बी आई हैव मिस्ड इट.
कहीं नहीं लिखा, कहीं नहीं लिखा.
Arnab, forget about what is being said.
Why?
Because what is done. When
was
the first time the issue of statehood was raised? It was raised by Madan Lal Khurana government of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
But where is it now?
I ask the question from Aam Aadmi
Have you
Party
achieved
Congress,
statehood?
Where is it now,
who are having
Sudhanshu?
coalition government for 49 days. Has they passed the resolution for statehood? Congress was at the center and Aam Aadmi Party at the state, and they were having coalition.
You are laying down a trap for yourself, Sudhanshu ji. You are laying down a trap by making this statement. Now, if Mr. Khurana made this statement and this promise, why have you omitted this?
नहीं करना है यार. सुधांशु जी,
अरे आप लोगों ने कोई प्रस्ताव का छोड़िए, प्रस्ताव की प्रस्तावना तक लिखी थी.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, I will quote to you 1 second. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Raghav Chadda, before you come in, Harshvardhan said after Narendra Modi came to power, Harshvardhan said, कागज निकाल लीजिए, आपका iPad निकाल लीजिए, वहां पे Google सर्च कीजिए, what did Harshvardhan say after Modi came to power? Harshvardhan says, my first demand from our Prime Minister will be full statehood for Delhi. It is a long-standing demand. During Atalji's tenure, the central government had moved a proposal to award full statehood to Delhi. It is the Congress party which is the villain. It sat on it for a decade. Now we will push for it. I am asking you, sir, after only 7 months of that comment, please show me. दूसरी बार और आखिरी बार आपसे पूछ रहा हूं. जरा मुझे दिखाइए विजन स्टेटमेंट में कहां आपने दिल्ली को अलग राज्य बनाने का प्रस्ताव आपने कहां रखा है?
पूर्ण राज्य का
आप पूर्ण राज्य का प्रस्ताव आपने कहां रखा है? अगर मेरे से चूक हो गई कि मैंने देखा नहीं, जरा मुझे आप मेरी गलती बताइए या फिर एक्नॉलेज कीजिए कि हमने इशू को डंप कर दिया।
देखिए, हमने किसी इशू को डंप नहीं किया।
मुझे तो लग रहा है आपने किया।
That was a manifesto and this is a vision document.
Oh my God.
Vision document is for a vast scope of development and a new vision for the party and vision for the state for coming.
I don't understand
for 5
this.
years.
I don't understand this.
5 years.
Raghav Chadda is responding. Now let's open up the debate on this. Raghav Chadda, please. Raghav Chadda and Ajay Kumar. Sir, this is one second. Raghav Chadda.
Since 1993, the Bharatiya Janata Party since 1993 has been promising full statehood, and it's been the prime poll promise of the BJP in all its manifestos. In the last Delhi elections, assembly elections in 2013, the BJP promised full statehood. They issued a Delhi-specific manifesto in the Lok Sabha 2014 also, and in that manifesto also they promised full statehood, that if we form the government at the center, we will assure that Delhi gets full statehood. Surprisingly, this time around, that has been omitted from the manifesto. You know, as late as this winter session in the parliament, in the Rajya Sabha, their member of parliament stood up and asked this question that when will the government of India, when will the union government of India grant full statehood? It is their member of parliament who asked this question as a start question in the parliament. The point really is that why is the Bharatiya Janata Party now depriving the people of Delhi of full statehood when they know that full statehood is an important and integral part of the overall vision of Delhi?
Please,
you can't implement the this granular vision that you've taken out in this manifesto, which is essentially a farce, by not granting full statehood to the people of Delhi.
And what are you talking about? Did the NDA government introduced a bill in parliament to grant full statehood to Delhi? It was not passed. Why is it that you're not willing to discuss during this election something that you had no aversion to discussing during when the Congress was in power? So your whole logic is we will ask for statehood if the other party is in power. If we are in power, we won't give statehood. So the whole angle is we want to keep control over Delhi.
Not said that.
No, so you want control over Delhi. Come what may.
It's a sensitive, technical, complex issue.
Sir, so was it not a sensitive, technical, complex issue? Sir, was it 1 minute? You are insulting Atal Bihari Vajpayee on TV.
But my question was not talking about the 15 years back, 10 years back.
I am asking you, was it not a sensitive, technical, complex issue when Atal Bihari Vajpayee governed?
What is the reason for this omission?
And on what basis, Ajay Kumar, are you talking?
Sudhanshu ji,
no,
is this also a typing mistake?
Ajay Kumar,
also a typographical error or an intentional omission?
No, Ajay Kumar, on what basis? 1 minute. Ajay Kumar, on what basis are you talking? Ajay Kumar, on what basis are you talking?
Ajay Kumar, sensible effort for state is being done by only the BJP state government.
You tell me today, therefore, what is your position on the statehood issue? Okay, you say it is not in our manifesto because you are saying not in the...
Yes.
What is
our
your
position?
Are you for it or against it?
Arnab, the reason why the BJP came to the vision document was they didn't want...
But it is a very sensitive and complex issue, so whenever the government will be formed and as we get a resolution from the state assembly, then accordingly we will try to find the way.
I want to ask you why you are insulting two leaders of your party on television. Why are you insulting two leaders of your party on television?
Because you didn't want to bring it in the manifesto. So don't fool the people of Delhi.
Did you?
Got a vision document.
No, Ajay Kumar, the Congress.
No, it is ridiculous.
Ajay Kumar, did you?
Not done anything.
So
coming together and they're asking the question and consistently they are saying it is manifesto. It is not manifesto. It is vision document.
So let me.
And we have issued vision documents in several state elections.
No, 1 minute. I want to understand what is. Okay, so 1 second. I am asking Sudhanshu Trivedi, please explain to me. Sudhanshu Trivedi, please explain to me.
You have to say categorically you want to give statehood.
1 second. First of all, Sudhanshu Trivedi,
you wanted to avoid it in the manifesto, so you're fooling the people of Delhi.
You can't fool people. No, by the way, so Ajay Kumar, how are you talking?
Those who are sitting in the power for 15 years at Delhi and 10 years at center, they're asking this question. Doesn't sound ridiculous.
Person giving lectures on full statehood should be the Congress spokesperson.
For 15 years,
Congress party has duped the people of Delhi as far as full statehood is concerned.
Speak on that.
You were in power for 15 years in Delhi, 10 years at the center, you did not deliver on full statehood.
So Raghav, let me complete.
Ms. Sheila Dikshit continuously kept on mentioning that we are for full statehood, we are for full statehood, but not once did you guys deliver in 15 long years.
So can I complete the statement?
Yeah, Ajay.
Yeah, so let me come to that. You know, Arnab, for the past 15 years, Delhi has had huge amount of development and progress and support from the central government, which goes into 50-60,000 crores. Obviously, when the Sheila Dikshit government was there at that time, the primary intent was to develop Delhi, and you see right from beginning, whether it's the power shortages which disappeared, which is the metro system which came in, the air-conditioned buses, the rope, Delhi has progressed immensely. Now, in our manifesto, we are clear that Delhi is now ripe to get a statehood. BJP has only been using it as a political agenda. We understand those challenges for 15 years till the city state came to this position.
Mr. Bose, so, why didn't you do it? Ajay ji, why didn't you do it? You were in government for 15 years.
Again,
you had a government at the center for 10 years. Why did you guys not deliver on
the conscious effort? We did it with a conscious effort to get money from the central government and bring it into world-class level. Now that we are in broad Delhi,
there is nothing. There is not financial resources. Sharing of financial resources between the center and the state is a totally different matter. There is a 40,000 crore budget of the Delhi government. Nobody can touch that. Full statehood is primarily on account of three things. Hold on. Article 239AA of the Constitution says that police, law and order and DDA. Sir, hold on, listen to me. Police, law and order and DDA, these are the three important components that do not fall within the ambit of the Delhi administration.
My question tonight,
to do with funds.
Raghav Chadda, 1 minute. Raghav Chadda intervening in the debate. I'm intervening. I'm intervening, gentlemen. I'm intervening. Let me intervene, please. Now I have something to say. No, 1 second. I have something to say to both the Congress and the BJP. Ajoy Kumar and Sudhanshu Trivedi. You can be factually incorrect. Okay. You can be prejudiced, biased, closed in your mind. Okay. You can be brazen about it. Okay. But please, for God's sake, don't be hypocritical, please. In 2013, Ajoy Kumar, you say, we will demand full statehood. In 2015, you say, we demand full statehood. You think the people are fools? Ajoy Kumar, the Congress include... No, 1 second. I am asking you, please. It is convenient for you to talk about full statehood when you do nothing to bring this about in your 10 years at the center, 15 years in Delhi, 10 years at center, 15 years in Deley. You do nothing about it. And you think people are foolish?
I want to ask you a question.
You ask me a question, you answer my question.
When did we
You answer my question first, Ajoy Kumar.
No, because
you answer my question
in 2013. No, and I'm trying to tell you that, and I want to put the facts on the table. When the Congress government started its period in Delhi, remember how Delhi was? There was a tremendous
saying, Ajay, don't give me a lecture, but don't you realize this? What is happening here? Maybe, I'm saying not this is the most important issue, but think about it. Maybe people are just saying, let's give somebody else a chance. 1 second. You see, the Congress party promises, does nothing. The BJP promises, does a U-turn.
What are you talking? What are we
talking about? Both of you have changed your positions? So the people are saying, give somebody else a chance?
How have we changed the position?
And you have done nothing. The Congress party has been promising full statehood. The Congress party has been promising full statehood. And despite the rule of 15 years at the state level and 10 years at the center, they did not deliver. I think this is a textbook example of hypocrisy.
Arnab, let me talk about
Second
promises.
Question.
Arnab, let's talk about promises. 15 lakh CCTVs, Aam Aadmi Party promises. That comes to minimum some 50,000 crores.
You don't want to talk about the real issues.
Delhi budget is 20,000 crores.
You don't want to talk about the real issues.
Let's talk about CCTV.
You don't want to talk about the real issues, and I'll force you to talk about them.
Since you're talking about issues,
I'll force you to talk about them. And the issue I want to talk about now.
Okay, so go ahead.
No, I'll tell you, I'll force you to talk about an issue that you don't want to talk about.
Go ahead.
And that issue, I hope you won't run away from the debate if I mention it, is 1984. On the 1984 riots, up now and in up 2013, I don't see a change of position. BJP 2013, BJP now, I don't see a change of position. It is only and only a party called the Congress Party which has not mentioned any reinvestigation of the SIT into the 1984 riots. What is more important, Mr. Ajoy Kumar? Protecting the political skin of people like Jagdish Titler, or delivering justice to the people who have suffered in 1984? Please.
I think our party stand is very clear.
What party stand is clear?
No,
why have you not mentioned it's not an important issue? Sudhanshu Trivedi, Raghav, Chadda. It's not an important issue? Sudhanshu Trivedi, Raghav, Chadda, would you like to come in? Who's coming in first?
Tell me something.
1 second. Sudhanshu Trivedi कह रहे हैं इसमें कुछ. Sudhanshu Trivedi, please. Not one mention of 1984 and the SIT by the Congress Party.
Arnab, it is very logical that what has happened in 1984, it was under the able guidance of the Congress government there. From the statement of Bada Ped Girta Hai to Dharti Hilti Hai, this is the biggest Katle-am in Delhi after Nadir Shah has done in 1739. So obviously they will try to cover up in one way or the other, which was their consistent policy in the last 30 years. So if
it was a Congress government,
they will have this type of problem. We are not having any objection in that. Their leaders were consistently implicated. They have been gradually given leverage by the investigating agencies.
What about you?
Not at all. I mean that
the Congress Party's track record as far as 1984.
What about you?
I think Arnab, that's a bunch of I think Sudhanshu is absolutely talking bunkam. What about
bunch of it is as per the record, official record, Mr. Ajoy Kumar, there 3,300 people died and all 3,300 of one community. It shows it is a massacre, it was not a riot. All 3,300 of one community.
Who gave the compensation?
All the persons died in police action of one community. This shows this was a massacre.
Who started the investigation? Who started the investigation? And you guys are the expert on massacre, so let's not talk about that.
So you are saying be happy with what has happened, no more
in the past 30 years.
But where do you stand? Why don't you talk about an SIT? Do you support or are you against an SIT? 1 second. Let me ask the Congress Party representative, Mr. Ajoy Kumar. Now, unless you have to pick up the phone and call up 10 Janpad to get an answer to this, or maybe Tughlaq Road, though my experience is that Rahul Gandhi often gets it wrong on 1984. My question to you, Ajoy Kumar, is are you for or against a reinvestigation of the riots by an SIT?
It's absolutely, all right.
Are you for or against?
What has happened is, let there be an SIT. We are totally for an SIT. Let the truth come out and let the truth come out. Absolutely.
So why is it not in your manifesto? Why silent on it?
You are going to nitpick and there's so...
I'm not nitpicking, I'm making an observation.
The 84, and I accept the 84 riot was a very serious issue.
You don't need to tell me
highly condemnable, a lot of innocent people. One sec. It should have been there, it has been missed. I accept your point of perspective, but the fact is that it is not being missed as a Congress as a part of its policy. Whether it's
missing in your manifesto, sir.
Rehabilitation.
It's missing in your manifesto, sir. That's an insulting thing for the people who've suffered. Aam Aadmi Party on this, moving to the next subject after that.
And one sec. And Arnab, evaluate us on the action we took. Evaluate on the action we took. Sudhanshu keeps talking about people.
Raghav Chadda is responding. Please, you're not looking good on this one, Raghav.
Yes, so Mr. Goswami, 1984, a state-sponsored genocide, a massacre, has been politicized to an extent that the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress both have been, playing politics over it. From Nanavati Commission to Ved Marwa Commission to plenty of other commissions that were set up in the past 30 years, no concrete indictment of any senior leader of the Congress Party has happened till now. The Aam Aadmi Party promised to install an SIT, a Supreme Court monitored SIT, to investigate into all these matters. We commissioned an SIT, we initiated the SIT. The sad part is that SIT needs to be notified by the central government. The central government, until now, since the past 8 months, after repeated letters and follow-ups and rejoinders by Mr. Phulka, my party leader, and Mr. Kejriwal, my party leader, have not notified that SIT, point number one, because they want to play politics over it. Point number two, the Bharatiya Janata Party tried to boo the Sikh community in Delhi 3 months back when the entire this thing of by-elections was going on. That by-elections are supposed to be held in Delhi on those 3 constituencies. The Bharatiya Janata Party leaked through media an information that 5 lakh rupees per victim will be distributed. The Election Commission then reprimanded the BJP that in lieu of these elections, by virtue of the elections,
what is your accusation?
Delhi, you are now giving 5 lakh rupees to the victims to solicit their votes. So BJP and the Congress both have been playing dirty politics over the 1984 riots, and I urge the BJP now,
Sudhanshu Trivedi, and then we are moving on to the last subject,
that they have miserably failed on the 1984 issue. They could not.
They have. So my question to Sudhanshu Trivedi, please. One second.
Raghav Chadda has said. What Raghav Chadda has said is highly objectionable.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, before you object to him, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that just the week that Delhi goes to the elections, mysteriously a news item appears that the BJP will set up an SIT to look into the 1984 riots?
Yes.
And my question to you is it not true?
And if that's...
Is it not true? Is it not true that there were reports of the Ministry of Home Affairs proposing an enhanced compensation to the kin of the 1984 riots in early November 2014, after which the Election Commission took note of the proposal and told the Ministry of Home Affairs that because the centre had not issued any denials to the news items, it was creating, and I quote, an unmistakable impression to the electorate that a decision on the above effect was in fact taken by the government, and that had the likelihood of affecting that had the likelihood to affect the distribution of a level playing field when the model code of conduct was in force in Delhi. So the point is, even the Election Commission thought that there was a political motive to the way that you were responding to this whole issue. Question is, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, आप इस issue पर politics क्यों कर रहे हैं?
First of all, I would like to respond to what Raghav Chadda has said on this issue. First thing, as far as the compensation of 5 lakh rupees has said, while distributing that compensation, Home Minister Rajnath Singh has said, this is not a compensation. This is just, you can say, some sort of respect which has been paid to the persons who have gone to miseries. Now my objection to Raghav Chadda is, if you are saying that by in a lieu of 5 lakh rupees, the Sikh community is giving vote to BJP, you are putting a question on the integrity of the Sikh community.
I am not saying that, but
and also, what you are doing to the wounds of those victims of 1984 riots, you are trying to make a mockery of those wounds. And you are putting a question mark on the morality and integrity of the Sikh community that they are ready to give votes on the in lieu of some compensation by the government. I think this is an immature statement which is a characteristic of Aam Aadmi Party.
And while I'll answer that, sir. And while distributing this compensation, all the state unit office bearers of the Bharatiya Janata Party were present on the stage. In what capacity was Mr. Satish Upadhyay present on every meeting, in every function when this compensation was distributed? Can you, do you have an answer for that?
When there was one official function, in that official function of the government, nobody was present. When it is going on in the public,
there were multiple official functions,
in the official function of the government, there was no BJP dignitary on the dais. There was no BJP leader on the dais in the official function.
And Bharatiya Janata Party's office bearers, not elected representatives, but office bearers of the Bharatiya Janata Party were present. Election Commission reprimanded the BJP.
And now my question to Aam Aadmi Party is one more.
And now, why haven't you notified? Sir, no, answer this. Why haven't you notified the SIT for the past 8 months after repeated follow-ups and rejoinders by my party leaders, and when the SIT was cleared?
But there is a report that the government, there is a report that the government is likely to accept the recommendation. No, there is a report that the government is likely to accept the recommendation of a committee set up by former Justice Mathur.
Requirement of any process. So it takes a certain time, and we are in the process. As soon as it completes, then the formation of SIT can be formalized. Now my question to Aam Aadmi Party is, if they are having so much sympathy towards the victims of any riots, what was their stand on the ethnic cleansing of Kashmiri Hindus vis-a-vis the statement of Prashant Bhushan and their sympathizers like Kamal Mitra Shinoy writes in their tweets,
which has been leaked, Mr. Goswami, if Justice Mathur's committee report, which has been leaked or has been, highlighted by few media houses in this country, is to be believed, then this is further indictment of the NDA government, that NDA government has not set up an SIT for the past 8 months after repeated requests by the Aam Aadmi Party. When the Aam Aadmi Party, when it was in government in Delhi, had initiated the SIT, it only needs to be notified by the BJP. Why is the BJP not doing it for the past 8 months? Is it not doing it because there are rumors that some RSS men were also involved in the 1984 riots? What is the reason? Sudhanshu ji needs to answer. What is the reason? Why have they not notified this SIT?
I think Raghav Chadda might not be having, obviously he might not be having any memory of that at that time. If you go by the writings of the Sikh leaders at that time, even Khushwant Singh has written, when they were in the worst position, at that time, the Sikh people used to approach the RSS people. It was the RSS people who came to rescue of that.
Then why are you not notifying, sir? Why are you not notifying?
Because
why are you not notifying?
Your government was very much in the habit of saying anything or proposing anything which was not properly gone through a constitutional, legal and technical process, as you have done in the Lokpal bill.
Who's in power
so you are doing those type of things as soon as
the legal process.
As soon as the technical process will complete, it will be done.
Letterhead needs to notify the SIT. There is no constitutional modalities or legal.
It is not that much simple as they were trying to portray about Lokpal bill.
Sir, Mr. Trivedi, listen to me.
Aam Aadmi Party, that any order can be done by just writing on a piece of paper.
Ajay Kumar is saying something.
By just this type of hyperbolic things they are trying to put the people of Delhi.
Whether it is statehood, Arnab, whether it's a statehood, whether it's SIT investigation, Bharatiya Janata Party will only do it just to fool the people. They are not interested at all in doing anything on the ground. Whether it is the 15 lakhs which is going to come into account, even look at the election manipulation. Just before any election in any state, the petrol prices and diesel prices are coming down. Did the petrol and diesel prices come down today? Why are they manipulating? They use everything in the power to manipulate and influence the people. Even on the SIT,
Arnab, there is a dichotomy in the statement of Congress spokesperson.
Gentlemen.
On one hand, they allege BJP that it is coming down because of the international prices. On the same point,
because BJP continues to do it. Every state election, you notice it, every state election, you have reduced the fuel prices. Has the fuel prices come down at that time?
Because this is a dialectic, contradictory logic.
I'm going to close the debate. I just want to share one thing. Raghav, okay, 10 seconds. What are you showing after that?
Manipulation,
manipulation. What are you showing? Quickly do that. Quickly show what you're putting up there.
Sudhanshu ji, the first achievement in your manifesto, is that you have slashed the fuel prices 11 times in the past 7 months. Why don't you tell the people of this country today that the international prices of oil and crude have fell more than 60% from $120 per barrel to less than $45 per barrel. But the Bharatiya Janata Party has reduced the fuel prices only by a meager amount of 16%. Why are you duping the people of Delhi? When you have done complete deregulation of prices,
as you are watching this debate, I only want to end with one thought.
Why are you not?
No, one second. You see, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi. Mr. Trivedi ji, 1 minute. Trivedi ji, Sudhanshu Trivedi ji.
Cost of fuel.
Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, just one point I want to make.
The cost of tax is more than the cost of fuel.
Sudhanshu Trivedi ji, you see what happens is, lot of these issues, last minute you can't stitch an election victory. Nobody can. Nobody is. Now, if you win, it's going to be against the odds, I can say this. On SIT, you are not doing anything between May and now. Last minute, you're on a statehood, you feel you don't even need to do it. You've got such a big pro-BJP wave, you think you don't even need to look at statehood. On the whole issue of local leadership in Delhi, you did nothing. Admit it. You did nothing. You thought it doesn't matter who it is, Harshvardhan or Vijay Goyal, anybody will win you the election. You only after around end of December, January, you began to read the writing on the wall. What this election is telling us, and if the AAP is giving it a fight, is one thing. That people eventually vote not by personalities, they vote by issues and they vote by performance. And people watch very, 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 very closely. You can't market. You're going to have to deliver. People's expectations are really going through the roof, and they aren't going to be patient enough to wait for years and years and years for you to deliver. Interesting election. Delhi Fight Club is trending nationally right now. I'm closing the debate. This is going to be a fascinating election result. And once again, to all our viewers, right from now up to the big day, Tuesday, the 10th of February, be with us here on Times Now. Sudhanshu Trivedi, Ajay Kumar, Raghav, Chadda, thank you very much. Closing this debate for now. See you tomorrow.